Hello world, welcome. My name is Luann Pygott. I'm a beauty guide with Lime Life by Alcone. This is our foundation. This is a professional line of makeup. This is a wax-based foundation, a botanical plant wax, not like a candle wax. And it is 50% pigment, unlike anything you can find in the store anywhere. There is nothing like this makeup. You have got to try this if you have not tried it. It feels like nothing on your skin. It won't clog your pores. It won't make you feel hot. It won't make you feel like you're smothering. It feels like nothing, and it is made specifically to look like natural skin, which is why they've been using it in Hollywood and Broadway since the 1960s, but it's never been available to the general public. You couldn't buy it if you wanted to until 4.5 years ago, when the company that's distributing it, Alcone, created the branch of their business called Lime Life by Alcone, the direct selling business that I'm a part of, and made it available to the general public like you and me, and the general public is ecstatic. So if you would like to try this foundation, you really need to try it. You have no risk because it's a 30-day money-back guarantee on all our products. 30-day, that's a long time to use something. I'm sharpening my brown eyeliner pencil because I'm going to do a Halloween look tonight. Yay! This one I think is going to be really cute. It's going to be a deer. Look, isn't she cute? That's why I have antlers. Mine might not be as good as hers, but that's okay. Sort of, kind of, have antlers. Sort of, kind of. So I'm going to start with that. I have the foundation, and I have some of my makeup on from work this morning. Okay, so like 7:30 this morning. I have my eyebrows on. I have some of my, I put a little bit more concealer, or yeah, it was concealer up here. So that's why it's kind of not blended, because I lightened that up. And then I'm going to go over this a little bit more because I just had on really, really light for work. And rather than take it off and put more on, it'll be easier for me to just kind of go over it. And because we have enough pigment in our products that you can do that, trust me. So then I am going to try to construct this little deer face. It's so cute. But I have on my foundation and powder. I have on mostly what I wore, like I said today, no lipstick. And I'm going to redo some of the eyes. So I just don't have to do my brows. So I'm going to do kind of what she has done here on the brows. And let's see what color would be best with this. Trying to decide if she is a little bit, yeah, let's use these colors. I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks matte palette. These are a limited edition palette. Now you will still be able to get these colors individually or a kind of customize your own palette eventually, but if you want it all in this palette like this, these are limited edition, and once these are sold out, you can't buy them as an 8 palette anymore. The colors won't go away, so you can still get them, but this is a great palette because these all match each other. So if you say, I don't know how to, I wouldn't know what colors to put together. I don't know how to, I didn't either. I don't know how to match colors. I don't know what colors to put together with eyeshadow. They do it for you in this one. It even has a purple, but this purple is a really neutral looking purple. So it will kind of be a contrast with these colors, but these are all warm colors. So great for fall. And it's going to be great for a deer. So I'm going to start with some of this eyeshadow, and I'm going to use the brush number 10. Because I already, like I said, already have some on. So I usually start with a light color, but I've already kind of got eyeshadow on. So I'm going to go with this one actually right here called Spirit Animal, which is perfect for a deer, right? Spirit Animal. This reminds me of the color of a hide of a deer a little bit. So I'm just going to go here. It's just a warmer brown than what I'm wearing. And that's what she's wearing. So that's what I'm putting on. And I'm just going to make it a little darker because that's how she has it. And it's just a little darker than what I wore to work today. I was just kind of all light and natural looking at work. I like to do that a lot, yeah. We don't always have to be super glam. Well, see, that's a lot darker than this. We don't have to be always dark, always bright. You know, we can be completely natural and soft and subtle looking. And what I like about makeup is you can make it be what you want. And if you always like the natural look, you got it. You can do it. Or if you always like glam, you got that too. We got you covered. Whatever you like, this makeup will do. Because it's professional, it's highly pigmented. Professional, to me, it's like if you, and I'm using another brush number 10, it's a clean one to buff this, to blend it. If you were a plumber, you know, plumbers have stronger chemicals than you can just go buy in the store because they're professional and they work a lot better than something you buy at Walmart. And if you have a minor issue, you can probably buy something at Walmart and it'll work. But if you have a major issue, you get a plumber and he comes in with a professional product and works a whole lot better. This is the same with makeup. You can get by with regular retail makeup. You can get by, but if you want something really good, you want professional level. It's got so much more pigment. You don't use very much of it. To me, this is the whole thing about this that's like, it's like an oxymoron or a way. It's like an enigma. You might think it's more expensive, but it's going to last so much longer than anything you buy in anywhere else that's got less pigment. Because if you buy something else and with less pigment, you're going to use 4 times as much of it trying to get the same look, and it will be gone in a month or 2. This will last a year or 2, depending on how much you use it. And so in the long run, you're actually saving money by buying stuff with a lot of pigment because you have to use so little of it. That's what got me about the foundation. 1 pan of foundation, I have a duo just because I have 2 of them that way. But 1 pan of foundation doesn't look like much. Really, does it? You use so little of this to get full coverage. Look, I have full coverage. You do not see the splotchy redness or the discoloration on my face, right? You don't see it. It's there. Under there. You use so little of this. 1 pan with daily use. This is if you wear makeup every day. If you don't wear makeup every day, it's going to be insanely longer. 1 pan will last you 5 to 8 months. Do you have makeup that you bought from anybody, anywhere, at any time in your life that will last you 5 to 8 months if you use it every day? I know the answer. You do not, because it does not exist. Not with daily use and not trying to get any kind of coverage at all. You will have a 1 ounce bottle of makeup, a bottle of liquid foundation will last you with daily use, depending on how much you put on, anywhere between 1 to 3 months, average 2 to 2.5 months. So you might think, well, that's cheaper makeup. Not really. Not if you're wearing it for daily use. If you're wearing it for daily use, you are going to buy that bottle of foundation 8 times, maybe. Well, no, that's not right. Let's see. If it lasts 8 months and that one's lasting 2, you're going to buy that bottle of foundation maybe 4 times. So take whatever you're buying, multiply it by 4. It probably costs more than this, which is going to last you the same amount of time. So in the long run, this makeup is actually more economical because it's going to last. And you've got to take that into consideration when you're thinking about price. Because you think, well, mine's only, $20. Yeah, but if you've bought it 4 times, you've spent $80. What if it's $12? Mine's only $12. You bought it 4 times, you spent $48. That's more than this. That will last you the same amount of time. Or maybe even more, around the same amount of time. So are you really saving money by buying a cheaper product? When it lasts 2 to 2.5 months and mine lasts 8 or 7 or 8 months? No, you're not. So don't just look at the bottom line of what's the cost of something. I've always done that. To me, it isn't just how much does this cost, it's how long is it going to last. If it costs a lot of money up front but lasts a whole lot longer where it ends up being cheaper by the time I've used it all up, that's not really a more expensive product. I'm putting this color, this is called Good Karma, and it is a little darker, so I'm just putting that here in the corner just to make it like I'm a smoky-eyed deer. Smoky-eyed deer. So please consider, when you are considering the price of things, how long does that last you? Our products, all of them, the skincare, the makeup has so much pigment, the skincare is so effective, you hardly use just a little tiny drop of it. It lasts so much longer that it will either equal being about the same price as a good, a less expensive price product, or it's going to last longer, one or the other, depending on what it is and how much of it you use. But if you use a lot of it, you would use a lot of either product. So based on your own use, our products are going to last you so much longer. that you're actually probably going to either break even or save money. So you really need to just say, how long is that thing going to last me? And then divide it by your cost per month. And then figure out what you're using now or a less expensive item. And, well, how many months does that last? And divide that by cost per month. And like I said, it either might be about the same. And if it's the same, get the better quality. Get the higher pigment. Get this. If it's going to be about the same, why get the lesser quality? You don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to take brush number 20. You will be so much happier with products that give you results like this, rather than stuff that you might think it's cheaper, but it's not going to do what you want. I can't tell you how many times I did that in years past, starting from the time I was in my early 20s, that I would see something that I would have some, higher quality makeup. Still wasn't anything like this, because, well, we didn't know this existed. It wasn't available to the general public. But higher quality brands on and say, oh, it is so pretty. Because, you can find some good level of pigment in other makeup brands. Not in the foundation. But in eyeshadows and stuff, you sometimes can find some with some good pigment. But it might or it might not. I don't know. But ours, I know, have all high levels of pigment. But you would get this, better, say, eyeshadow and look so pretty. And then I would say, oh, I want to recreate this look, but I don't want to buy that brand because it costs more money. So I go to the drugstore, buy something that was cheaper. Now, back then, when I'm talking about, it was a couple dollars. Now, drugstore ain't all that cheap either. It's not. But it was like, $2. And then I would try to recreate the look, and I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And I'm like, man, I'm crummy. I'm crummy at this. And somebody told me finally one time, it's not you. It's that makeup. That doesn't have enough pigment in it for you to do what you're trying to do. She has quite a level of brown under her eye. Quite a bit of it. Quite a thicker, well, I should not put it on my eyeball, should I? Quite a thicker level like this. This is Spirit Animal that I'm putting down here. There we go. That's what she has. Then she has, let's see. Let's put on, I'm going to go ahead and use this Rise Up. This one right here. That's a light beige. But I did learn, I'm going to put that on my lid. I did learn that the better quality makeup will more than compensate. Because of how it lasts, it will usually end up being cheaper by the time you use it all up. Because I would use up half a container of eyeshadow trying to get it to work one time and think, well, that was so stupid. I'll never forget the time that I went to the grocery store one day, and this wasn't even makeup, and I was out of shampoo. And I don't remember what I was using before, but I was using probably herbal essences, or it was still it wasn't a designer brand shampoo, but it was something that cost a few dollars. And I was in the grocery store and I saw a bottle of shampoo there, some brand I'd never heard of. It was a tall skinny bottle. It cost $1. And I thought, oh, look at that. And it smelled good too. I thought, look at that, $1. Well, I'm not going to buy that other one. It's too expensive. This one's only $1. And I'm going to save me some money. And I don't care that it's not some name brand or something. I like trying new kinds of shampoo. Anyway, I bought me that lovely $1 shampoo. And I have fairly long hair, but I was using the other, you can't tell because it's put up now, but I do. And I was using the other brands with the long hair too. I went home and washed my hair with that shampoo. To get it to suds and wash my hair, I used half the bottle in one wash. One wash. I used half the bottle of shampoo, and I thought, it just cost me 50 cents to wash my hair one time. And then I'm going to wash it one more time, and that bottle will be empty. And I thought that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. It was so watered down. It was so runny. I didn't know that. Well, I never bought that again. Well, I learned that real quick. Don't buy stuff that's, You think you're saving money, and you might be able to sometimes do that with some things, but with makeup, you're probably not saving money. You are probably spending more. You're just buying it a whole lot more often. And you're not getting the results that you want. Okay, now I'm going to try to replicate this eye look that she has. See where it goes way down like that? It's really pretty. I'm saying that I'm going to try because my eyes are real crinkly right here. And I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if I can do it. So let's see. It goes down from here. Okay, so it has here. Well, let's go across here. We'll worry about that in a minute. And she does have a wing. I don't know if I can. Well, let's go to the end here. My eyes are so hooded to do a wing on me. It's like you don't see the wing. So I'm just going to go way out like this. Because that's really the only way you're going to see a wing on me. If I go up, my hood folds over it completely. And there's no sense in even doing that. So I'm going to kind of try to thicken it up a little. It's going to look a little silly on me as like this, but I'm a deer. I'm a deer. I can look silly. Okay, so let's go to this again. And right here. My skin folds a lot right here. So even if I put it there, it's going to fold and you won't see it. That's okay. We're going to give it a good effort. I really just kind of went straight out there. Which, like I said, that's kind of silly, but I can be silly. I'm a deer. So that's not a wing that I would normally wear as a human. Okay, then it goes here and goes toward the nose like that. And then it goes back up under to here. And my eyes are real teary, so I don't know what'll happen if I do this. That's kind of how she has it, though. Hey, I'm a little impressed with this, that it's not too shabby. It's this pen. That's not too bad for loose skin. That's, and now the whole thing is, can I do it again? This eye actually folds a little worse right here than the other one. So I don't know. Ooh, that's not too bad. Okay. Way your perfect love could not be overcome. Now death, where is your sting? It's funny, I'm scared to talk but not sing. Did you defeat and forever is glorified, forever he. I'm being a deer. If anybody's coming by and you didn't see it for a minute ago, I'm a deer. I'm not just doing crazy makeup. Is alive. And that's the animal form of deer I'm talking about. For loose skin, I am impressed. You can actually see it. Okay. Now, she has almost no eyeliner. Almost. So I'm going to take the brown and just barely add to this here with the brown. It really stops right there, where's what she did. What I did is what she did. That's how she has it. So I'm just going to add to this brown with this brown liner. See, if you look at her eye, see how it stops? Just like I stopped. I don't know if that's what a deer looks like, but it is now. Okay, so we're going to go in here with this one too. The brown, because of that brown shadow I have under there, you don't see it as well. But that's how she has it, so. Of course, you know, you don't have to copy exactly what somebody else does, but you know, it's pretty good, so might as well. Now, the thing is, she has a lot of contour as a deer, a lot of contour, and I'm going to try to do that with bronzer. This is only bronzer number 2, meaning it's a light one. 1 and 2 are pretty much the same color, except 1 is shimmer, and this is 2, which is matte. Then they get darker from there, and the rest of them I think are mattes. But I don't have any of the others. I just have number 2, the light matte. And I have brush number 19, which is a small powder brush. And I'm going to see what I can do. I usually don't use bronzer because it can make me just look, I just never have it. I feel like it makes me look dirty, and I don't really know that this one does. But when I was young, any bronzer I ever tried on was too orange and I didn't like it. And it just sort of turned me off to bronzer, which it probably shouldn't have because this one is really pretty. But I'm probably going to need to use a darker color than this. All right, she has here, bronzer here. She also has it over here. I do have some darker powder, and I'm probably going to get to the darker powder because this one's really light. And this is good for my skin tone, actually, but I'm trying to be a deer right now. I need a darker one. But I'm going to do this because I'm going to layer it, and I think I'm going to like that. Okay, she brings it all the way over to here. Normally, you would not bring bronzer up this far, but if you're a deer, I guess you do. We're going to do it as a deer. Okay, that's too far if you're just trying to use bronzer. Then she has what looks like she narrows her face a lot here. I kind of like that plan. Okay, this is not easy to do on the other side. And maybe a little bit on the chin. Okay, now there's like a transition shade. This is kind of like what that is. Then I'm going to take these colors right here. These are color powders. They're just like our, well, they're actually an upgrade of our translucent powder, but they have different shades and different colors, and I don't know which color to use. I actually think I'm gonna do this dark one, which is number 10, because I'm a deer. And so let's try that. These are like velvet, these powders. Oh yeah. There we go now. Okay, that's what we're wanting, to really have some shading going on here. And she doesn't have blush, she just has this brown deer. The brown deer color. She goes I got a little higher up on the other side. There we go. You notice how my hair, I need to color my hair. That's why it's so light up here at my hairline. It's turning gray in there. Just pretend you don't notice that. But that's why it's light right there, because my hair is light right there. Okay. I think I may actually, well, I don't know if I need to make it darker or not. What do we think? Do I need to make it darker? I'm talking like a more darker brown. Okay. Let's finish with this first, then we'll look. We will look and take stock. Let's go over here so it kind of connects. All right, now I'm going to try to blend it a little here, which I was not doing. Oh, yeah, that's much better. I just mostly need to blend it, I think. I was not blending, I was just putting it on. So let's blend it some now. So I don't have this, especially right here, it looked funny. If I get rid of that harshness, it'll look a little better. Trying to soften it. Okay, now I think I'm going to try nothing in there. Let's try this eyeshadow palette. Let's try, I'm going to try Brownie Points, which is a real dark brown eyeshadow. And I want to see what that'll do. I'm really lightly putting that on. I mean, really barely, because it's really dark. I just want to add another little bit of depth to it, because I want it to stand out from the rest of my face enough. You would think it would with me being so pale, wouldn't you? And I don't want it to look real orange. I want it to look like a brown deer. Although deer are kind of orangey brown, aren't they? Then, okay, now we're getting there. Be careful when we turn it into dirt. But you know, I'm kind of several shades of deer now. Okay, I'm really getting some serious brown here. You want to know what I look like tan? Okay, here. You look at the center of my face. I look old, I think. All right, now. Wonder if this is dark enough. Let's go up here more to my hairline with this dark. Okay. Now. Okay. You want it lighter here because that's how they have it. Now she has some contour going on here on her nose. So I'm going to take, I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to take, let's start with Spirit Animal. Or no, I think I'm going to try this one, Good Karma. And I'm going to contour my nose. She has some definite striking, like a real stripe here. And it's not blended a whole lot because it's meant to really look like she has brown on her nose. Okay. I'm going to figure out how wide it is. Ah! I'm losing control. I'm losing control. Okay. And I don't think I like it. Okay. What are you doing, cats? Running like mad. Okay, so then let's do the other side. This is brush number 8, by the way. It's a tightly packed powder brush. It's got a firmer tip to it, so it's easier to get some deeper color on there because you can push harder with it. She has such a streak. Oh, look at that. Really? I just got to, I don't know where that came from. Don't know. Like, where do I get a black smudge? Okay, black on my finger. Where did that come from? I don't even have black. I don't even have black here. I do not know where that came from. All right, let's try. Winnie, what you got? Hey. Let me go see what she's got. What do you have, Winnie? What you got? Huh? Hi. Oh, my pencil, huh? They're infatuated with pencils. But I have to check because that little stinker likes to eat. Oh, hi, Karen. I had to go take the pencil away from my cat. I know it probably wouldn't care, but that cat, particular one, Guinevere, she likes to eat ribbon. She eats stuff. She won't eat cat food that she doesn't like. She'll turn her nose up at that. But ribbon or string, she'll swallow that and then throw it up. Yeah, that's fine. So, I don't know what she'd do with a pencil. She'd probably chew the end off of it and swallow it. If she just chewed it, I wouldn't care. But swallow it? Oh, let me show you what I'm doing. I'm a deer. Isn't he cute? So I'm trying to brown up my sides here. All right, let's get my blender brush here. She's sitting there pouting at me now. Took away her pencil. Not that there aren't toys all over the place. They don't want that. Right, Gwenny? Winnie, go get a toy. She looked at me like, huh. No toy. Boring old toys. Winnie. You mad at me? You didn't want to throw that up later. One day, they figured out how to open one of the closets because they're sliding doors. And they had, after I'd had them for months and months and months, they never paid a bit of attention to the door. One day, I think it was the black one because she went back and tried it again later, figured out how to put her paw under the edge and open the door. And they knocked something down in there that was a bag that had loose ribbon in it, like, you know, craft ribbon. The other cat ate it. She ate like 6 pieces of ribbon. They were separate pieces. They were wide ribbon. Some of them she threw up, and some of them went out the other way. I'm like, seriously? It's a good thing that went through her system. Why would you eat more than 1 piece of ribbon? Wasn't 1 piece enough? I mean, seriously? Doesn't that give you a tummy ache? And it don't taste good. Why would you eat it? It tastes like nothing. Don't understand. Don't understand. I mean, the other cat, the little black cat, she will eat anything, but at least just food. She will eat any kind of food. The tabby cat turns her nose up at almost all food, likes only a couple kinds, but will eat ribbon, styrofoam. Oh, one day she was eating styrofoam. Little bits. You know, you open up stuff that crumbles, that stuff crumbles. I'm seeing her eating something off the floor. I'm like, what are you eating? Styrofoam. You won't eat the cat food, but you'll eat the styrofoam. So I'm going to go over here with my concealer just a little bit because hers is a little whiter. Yeah. I don't know. It makes it look like more like a square straight down nose because that's what she has. I usually do mine more curved, but if you look at her nose, it's straight up and down, which I think looks more like an animal nose rather than a human nose. So I'm now trying to get that look. Because when I looked at it, I'm like, well, that's not square. Mine doesn't look anything like hers. That's a little more square. Okay. I like that better. Plus it gives a sharper line here. Now, normally to contour your nose, you don't want a sharp line, but if you're a deer, I guess you do. So how have things been at your house? I hope okay. How has your kitty been doing? Did she quit hiding? Is she back to normal? Her ears and stuff back to normal? Are you done with the vet? I hope you're done with the vet. That can get so frustrating. Oh, okay. So now let's see. I'm going to use, what am I going to use for this? Let's try the concealer brush and the concealer. And this deer has all kind of little spots on her. So, you know what though? I'm not going to use, well, no, I am. I'm going to use the real light one because I think it'll show up better. So let's try it and see. So all you do is go up here where I made it real dark and we're going to draw a spot. Oh yeah. And it doesn't at all, you don't want it perfect circle because you know deer fur will look more like this. At least I think it would. And then we can just randomly draw little deer spots. Be a spotted deer. Deer are so cute. Where I work at Kaiser University, on the way there, I pass what is still an open field that hasn't been developed for quite a little distance, and they have these little retention ponds. Actually, they're gigantic retention ponds. They're almost like little lakes. And they have a whole bunch of trees, and there is a family of 5 deer that live there. And even though they've kind of developed around there, the deer have not left. I think they like that water feature so much, they don't want to leave. And so if it's not hot, you know, meaning if it's real early morning or dusk, I see all these deer. Every day I get to pass the deer. One of the fun things of being in Florida, you can still find wild deer. And this one, it has kind of a big one on its cheek, this picture. That there. That there. Another little one here. One time, I went to Disney World, and I used to go to Disney World all the time. And I said, let's find something else we can do that we haven't done. And we found out there was a nature trail between Fort Wilderness and the Wilderness Lodge. And you could rent a bike and ride, or you could walk this trail. And it was a wide, cleared trail through these woods. And there were a lot of people that went back and forth through it. And so it was like, yeah, okay, let's go to the nature trail. So I'm walking down this nature trail. And we rounded a corner, and there were about 10 deer, wild deer, not caged deer, but wild deer on both sides of this trail. And I remember we froze like, oh, don't move, they'll run off. I've never been that close to like wild deer in nature, but they were not completely tame, but they were a little bit used to people. So they didn't just run in terror, but they wouldn't come up to you or anything, but they would stand there and they would froze like that. But they would, but they stayed. And I'm like, oh, they're a little used to people. Oh, it was so neat. And I was shocked. I wasn't expecting something like that at Disney World. And that wasn't anything, you know, they set up. That was just deer that lived. There's a lot of woods around Disney World still. A lot of woods. And they just let it be natural. And there was one of them that had a young deer. Was that a fawn? A little one? Oh, it was so cute. And it wanted to come up to us. And it was curious. And you could tell it was going like this. And it started coming toward us. And the mother deer went and stood in front of it. Like, don't go to the people. And we were just frozen. Like, we're not going to move because we want to see what they're going to do. And the baby went around its mother and started walking toward us again. And the mother stood in front of it again. And then it went around. It wanted to come so bad to see what we were. And the mother wouldn't let it. And finally, after about 4 times of inching toward us, the mother butted it like this, like, no. And then it stopped. And I'm like, okay. Little deer children mind their mother. That was really cute. Okay, so now she has a cute little nose. And I think, I think I'm just going to use the eyeliner. So she has this. And it's in brown, straight down like that. And then she has like a V here. I don't want to make, yep, that's about right. I don't want to make it too low where you can't see right. Okay, and then it goes up and like that. I have another picture that has it different, but this one has it like this. Oh, that's kind of cute. Then it comes in here like this. You know, this is not that hard to do if you just break it down to shapes. It comes back in a little bit. And then goes down. Okay. Then we just color it in. You know, if you just say a V, a line, a square, it's not really that hard to copy something that's real simple like this. You can tell, though maybe you can. I have really enlarged pores. But then you're not really meant to draw on your nose with eyeliner. The makeup won't show it up like this. But you can see, I don't know if you can see the little gaps. Yeah, you can, I can. But the makeup that's my skin color camouflages all that. But this one is not my skin color. Okay, then it goes all the way down here to connect with that little line. Cute. Mine's a little wider, but that's okay. So I'm a wide-nosed deer. new style, wide-nosed deer. That's okay. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. That's really cute. Okay. Then you see she has just brown on her upper lip, and she has a little bit of shading on her lower lip. So I'm going to actually use this to line my lip because I don't have a brown lip liner. So I'm going to use brown eyeliner. I did this with the black the other day too. You know, I don't think I'm going to have nearly this much fun when Halloween's over. This is just too much fun. Okay, and I've never done stuff like this before. Never done stuff like this before. So, if you think, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, I never did it either. So, yeah, you can. You just go for it. Okay, so, it's a lot lighter on the bottom. So, I'm going to line here. I wonder if that's too red. Well, I'm going to put on a different lipstick, so it'll be okay. I'm just barely, oh yeah, that's not too bad. I don't want it to be too different. Okay. And then she also is wearing lashes. You know, I think they almost always wear lashes for a Halloween look. So let's wear these, number 113. I'm not done with the lips either. 113 Wispies, because they're kind of long. And her lashes aren't real, they're wispy, meaning they just aren't real thick, but they're long, but not thick. So I'm going to try that. We'll see, how are we doing? Oh, see, I like the nose is a little better. Hers is still even straighter than mine, but that's okay. It's better. It's closer. And I was impressed I could do this with loose skin. I was very impressed with that eyeliner pen, because see, that's what hers do. See how they dip down and they're kind of dark right there? I wasn't sure that would even show up if I did it, and I'm pretty impressed. Now, this isn't the normal kind of wing, but with hooded eyes, I kind of went straight out. Otherwise, you won't see it. But it's not a normal kind of wing you do, but I'm a deer, so I can do it. It's a deer wing. I say it is. Okay, so now I'm going to put on my lashes. I'm going to do the Duo Lash Glue with the green print with the brush. And I'm going to take... This is a 2-pack, and they're both wanting to come out. So I'm going to take them. I peel them off, and I turn them over to get them ready to put the glue on. Then I pick up my brush, and then I just put it on the band on the inside. And these Ardell lashes have a really thin band. So these are real easy to put on. You don't have a whole lot of area that sticks to you. And so these are, the ones with the bigger band are a little more annoying because they're, well, you just got something bigger stuck to your eyelid. And these aren't as intrusive feeling. So then after it sits for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, usually once I finish the one, put glue on the other, by then it's been, it's close. And then it's tacky, and you don't want it to be slippery slick anymore. You want it to be tacky. And then I usually start on the outside to make sure I get it in the right spot, and then just lay it down, and then take the inside corner and touch it where you want it, which is right above your lash line, basically where you draw your eyeliner. These are really wispy. They're cute. Okay. Whoop, get back here. Number 2. I'm just kind of laying it down, then taking the inner point and touch it down. There's lots of ways to do it, and I have just found, for me, that works better. Some people stick it in the middle, then do the outside and do the inside. I find it easier if I stick it down on the outside and then lay it, because that way I get them in the same place on the outside. Otherwise, sometimes I got them not even. Oh, I like this look. The nose is so cute. Okay, now we shall put on, let's see, let's do the bottom. I think I'm gonna try the bottom first. So I have, these are our new lipstick, Fierce by Ally collection. This is cute. And see, I have my little antlers, sort of. That's what she has. There's just the little buttons on her head. So I sort of have that too. Okay, we'll do the best I can with my hair. So then this is number 112, the new neutrals. And I'm going to kind of go on the outside edge of this because that's what she has. Yeah. Then it's not, she doesn't have a lot of color at all on the bottom lip. And these neutrals don't have a lot of color, especially this one of these. This is 110. See, 110 is real nude looking. I actually don't want it up there. Let's see. How I'm gonna have to blend it with a brush. Because I'm gonna put something else up there. Okay. Let's blend it. I used to blending it with my lids. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't want to do that today. Let's see. Alright, she has it even lighter on the bottom than this. So, now that I have a little color on there, let me go back here again. I just wiped it off my top lip. Now I gotta try to not touch my lips together. That's gonna be fun. For a minute. Okay? What do I have on here? Okay, so then I'm gonna take, let's take concealer 2. That's the one that's my skin tone. And I'm gonna tap some on here. And I'm gonna undo it. Or I'll just undo what I did. I think I undid what I did. That was too much. I'm having an awful hard time duplicating her look on the bottom. Oops. Let's try it again. Okay, that's not bad. Let's try this. Let's go with the liner, the brown. Eyeliner. Because if you look, that's kind of what she, see, she barely has a little brown on the bottom of her outline of her lip. And I had no idea how they did that. So I'm guessing. Alright, that's not too bad. I can live with that. Now, I'm gonna take, I'm talking ridiculous, I'm gonna take Chocolate Ganache, which is a round, enduring lip color. Now the trick to this is going to keep this off my auto lip. I don't know. It gets on, it does. Somehow she got 2 color lips without the mixing. Okay. This one is real brown. It is really like Chocolate Ganache. I guess a deer has brown lips, right? Uh-huh. Oh, I say we have a winner. Oh. Hers might be a little darker, but oh, not much. Not bad. I'm gonna get on auto lip. I gotta wait for it to dry. Gotta get on my auto lip a little bit. So if it does, it does. There we are. Be a deer for Halloween. If you would like to be color matched, for this foundation, send me a message, let me know. Or if you would like to know what skincare would work for you, or if you want to join my team, October's the month you want to do it. This is when you're going to know this fun stuff. And also you have the option of either joining for $169, that's the kit that has almost $500 worth of product, or $42, which is a kit that has about $50 worth of product. You get choices. So it depends on whether you want a lot of product or you want the more economical kit. Both things make you an equal beauty guide. And just send me a message, let me know. I'll be happy to send you some more information on that. And until tomorrow, may you be blessed. I'm probably going to do my makeup maybe a little early tomorrow. I'm thinking about going to a movie tomorrow, so I may do that. And I'll put makeup on to do that, although I'm not going to be a deer in the movie. But I will be regular. But oh, I really like this. You ever wonder what I look like with bronzer? This is it. With too much bronzer. So I'm going to go ahead and go. And Karen, if you're still here, I hope you have a good night. And may you be blessed. And I will see you all tomorrow. And until next time, be amazing. Be happy. Be a deer. Good night.